Welcome back. Today we're making a delicious homemade barbecue sauce. It's springtime. Actually, today it feels a lot like summer, and I'm getting in the mood to do some barbecuing. However, I took a look at a lot of the commercial barbecue sauces. Most all of them have a lot of chemicals, preservatives, a lot of extra added sugar, some as many as 14 grams of sugar per serving. So today I created for you, and cook along with me, some homemade barbecue sauce that's sugar-free, made with all organic ingredients, healthy and great for you. So let's get cooking. But make sure you watch all the way to the end, because I'm also going to talk about what is a prebiotic and a probiotic. What's the difference between them and why they are so important to have in our diet for healthy longevity in order for us to activate our longevity switch. Our body has a natural longevity switch, and we can activate it to help us live a longer, healthier life. To get started, I've turned my burner here onto medium, and I'm adding a couple of tablespoons of organic olive oil. Into that olive oil, I am adding a medium chopped onion. You could also use onion powder, a couple of teaspoons of onion powder. I love fresh organic ingredients. I grow most of the food in the garden, and it just tastes more homemade, fresher. Also, when you cook the onion and let it kind of caramelize, it brings out some of the sweetness and helps add some natural sweetness to your homemade barbecue sauce. I'm using an induction burner. It's great for cooking outside. The barbecue also has a burner on it, but I love using this induction burner. If you don't have an induction burner, scroll down to the links below. There's a link there that'll take you out to where you can purchase this induction burner. The smell of the onions cooking is wonderful. We're gonna let them just kind of caramelize a little bit. You don't wanna let them burn, but just let them caramelize a little bit. While they're caramelizing, let's talk about prebiotics and probiotics. You've probably heard both of these terms and may not know the difference. Many people don't know the difference. A probiotic is a living organism. It's the bacteria in your gut, the healthy bacteria. Sometimes our gut has unhealthy bacteria that can lead to all kinds of problems like bloating and gas and diarrhea. But when we keep our gut populated with healthy bacteria, probiotic, our gut can then provide for us all of the things that it provides. Things like neurotransmitters, serotonin. Our gut makes 80% of our serotonin. Vitamins, our gut makes vitamins. Our gut also helps protect against invaders. The microbiome, the bacteria in our gut, helps keep that lining of our gut healthy so that it can identify friends versus foes and keep out the foes and let in the friends. The friends, of course, would be things like all of the macronutrients and even micronutrients that are in our food. So that is your probiotics. Your prebiotics, that is what you see right here in this pan. Onions is amazing prebiotic. It provides insoluble fiber, things that we can't utilize and digest, but it is healthy, delicious food for your guts. Probiotic. Garlic is another one. We're going to be adding garlic in a little bit as another great probiotic. That in part is why it's so important to eat a diet that's high in fiber, because the fiber helps with a number of things. Slow down the absorption of your carbohydrates or your sugars that are in your diet, but it also is food for your gut. Probiotics feeds them, keeps them healthy, keeps them happy. And they in turn reward you with all the wonderful things that they provide. As we learn more and more about the gut's microbiome, we are really beginning to understand how critical it is. As a physician, I often have patients coming in and saying, "Doc, just give me an antibiotic. I just need an antibiotic." And yeah, sometimes they do. And if they do, I give them an antibiotic. But a lot of times they may not need an antibiotic. And when I explain to them how damaging using antibiotics that aren't necessary is, they will agree, maybe I don't need an antibiotic. To our caramelized onions, I am going to add some roasted garlic that I've chopped up. If you go to my website, you will find a blog there on how to roast garlic. It's super easy. You basically just wrap it up, sprinkle it with some seasonings and olive oil, and roast it till it's nice and golden and soft. You can use it in so many dishes. Spread it on your bread, put it in your barbecue sauce and all kinds of things. You don't want to cook that garlic too long, because when you burn garlic, it will get bitter. So let's go ahead and add in the rest of our ingredients and get it simmering. This is a cup of water, and that'll kind of deglaze our pan there. A can of organic tomato paste, that's 6 ounces. In place of added sugar, I am using a sugar substitute. It's actually a sugar. It's a rare sugar. It's a monosaccharide, and it is allulose. The beauty of allulose, which is why I love to use it so much, it tastes like sugar, it cooks like sugar, it looks like sugar, but our body can't use it like sugar. In other words, it gets absorbed in our gut, goes into our bloodstream, but our body can't use it. Kind of like that insoluble fiber in your onions or prebiotic. Your gut, your body can't use it. It then is excreted by your kidneys in the urine, and you get the benefits of the nice sweet taste of it without the downside of all of the excess sugar in your barbecue sauce. Oh, this is looking amazing. Let's go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. Some Dijon mustard, some salt, smoky paprika, cayenne pepper, little heat, and some black pepper. Stir that all in and let that simmer. And I'm also adding a couple of tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, actually 3 tablespoons. Smelling amazing. It wouldn't be barbecue sauce without some smokiness, so I'm adding some liquid smoke. 2 tablespoons. You can adjust any of these seasonings to your taste. These are the ingredients I use in the proportions I like. For all of the proportions of these ingredients in the barbecue sauce, go to my website at growwithdrjoanette.com, and you'll be able to find the homemade barbecue sauce. If you don't see it on that front page, type in the search bar sugar-free barbecue sauce and it'll pop right up for you. If this has been helpful so far, thank you for subscribing and signing up for notifications. Your subscriptions help me continue, inspire me actually, to continue to bring you these recipes that are healthy. They're gluten-free, sugar-free, keto-friendly for the most part. They will help you activate your longevity switch. This sauce is looking really great. I'm gonna just let it simmer for a little bit here. Our sauce has been simmering for probably about 5 to 7 minutes now, and it is nice and thick. I'm gonna turn it off, add the apple cider vinegar. I add the apple cider vinegar at the end because it is a great probiotic. In other words, it has live bacteria that are great for our gut's microbiome. And if you heat those bacteria too hot, you will kill them. So I add it at the end rather than cooking it into the sauce. It thins it a little bit, but it's much healthier for you. And I have here from my grandma an ancient wire canning jar. You can get reproductions of these. This is actually the original real deal. It has a glass lid that fits on the top, and then you flip up one of the wires, and there's a little notch in it that locks it, and then you flip the other one down, and that seals it. Back in the day, it also had a rubber gasket. The rubber gasket has long ago disintegrated. I still love to use the canning jar for things like my homemade barbecue sauce. I'm also using a canning funnel. If you don't have a canning funnel, again, it's in the links below, or you can go to my shop on my website and get it there as well. And we're gonna put this into our jar. You'll notice it's a little chunky. If you like your barbecue sauce chunky, great, you are done. That's looking really nice and smooth, beautiful. Look at that nice, rich, thick, delicious barbecue sauce. I think the rest of it will fit in. I didn't blend it in the frying pan because I learned from experience that if you don't have a deep pan, sometimes you end up with a mess. I've made a big mess more than once when I tried to blend something that was not a lot of liquid in a shallow pan. You can see that it is nice and thick. You can pick it up with your silicone barbecue spreader, sauce spreader, for lack of a better word, and just slather it on ribs, chicken, whatever you're barbecuing. It will be amazing. Let's give it a taste as well. You can adapt it however you want. If you'd like it spicier, add more cayenne pepper. If you like it smokier, more smoke seasoning. Sweeter, a little more of the brown allulose. Make it yours. Make it your recipe. Please let me know how yours come out. What adaptations, what adjustments you made in the comments below. I love all your comments. I read all your comments. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that's really good. Now, I put 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. I'm not a super spicy person. That is about at the upper end of what I would want for spiciness. But if you like a really spicy barbecue sauce, add 1/2 teaspoon of that cayenne pepper. Kick it up a notch. And remember, you are spreading it on your ribs or your chicken or whatever you're spreading it on. So it does spread it out a little bit more than that big spoonful that I just ate. Thank you for joining me today, for cooking along, leaving me your comments, signing up for notifications, and especially for going to my website, exploring all of the recipes there for healthy longevity. And here's to healthy cooking, homemade, sugar-free, delicious condiments. We'll see you next time on the Dr. Joanette channel.